Hey Barry, this is my movie review for Ida. First of all, congrats on having the kid. Hope you and your family are doing good. I know you're probably exhausted, so I guess you'll get to this video when you get to it, but I hope you're doing good whenever you see this, okay? Um, First thing I want to talk about in the movie is the character development, because I think this is what this movie is really about, right? In the end, we see that the main character Ida ends up almost becoming her aunt, which I guess the beginning version of Ida probably wouldn't have wanted that because she was criticizing her aunt for the stuff she did, like her drinking, like her smoking, even her brief sex life that we saw as well. So it's kind of ironic, but I mean, you kind of understand based on what she's been through, what things that she's seen. So I thought the character development in the movie was really good. It was really well portrayed. There wasn't that much dialogue, so at some points it could have been difficult for the audience to understand exactly what was going through the characters' minds. But I think in some way that played a part in making the story more ambiguous and more up to interpretation as far as like the motivations for the characters and things like that. So I thought that kind of played into the story tense and it worked pretty well. I think it was pretty effective on driving the story forward as well because it kind of, I think throughout the film there was little droplets that kind of alluded to that Ida's character would change a bit. Like I think there were some scenes where even when Ida first went to the party, and I think we kind of maybe could have guessed that she would have fallen in love with the I forget his name, but the guy who was playing the saxophone. So just things like that. I think the movie did a good job of alluding to the fact that Ida's character would evolve throughout. So I thought the character development was pretty good. Um, I think the next thing I want to talk about is the cinematic element. So it's a film that's shot in black and white. So I mean, typically when that's the case, you kind of imagine it being an older film, but I think it came out in 2013, right? So it's interesting that uh, it was black and white, but I think it worked well because I mean I think the time periods around the post World War II, like 1950s or late maybe early 60s, something like that. So I think the cinematic elements definitely added to the mood and the style and the tone of the film. Um, it was pretty monotone, pretty almost maybe depressing is a bit of an extreme adjective to label it as, but I think you can kind of see where I'm going as far as like it's not like a happy-go-lucky film, is it? It's more like you know, um, let's explore the tragic mystery of my family kind of film, right? So I think that the black and white adds to the time period, but also like the mood of the story as well. And then also, I think the film conveys the the themes of just uh, trying to trying to change pretty well because uh, I feel like I said earlier, with the character development kind of the character development route that it took. For the most part, the film was kind of always going in that direction, and you kind of saw it with the aunt and with Ida at times. So I think cinematically, uh, that kind of fits as well because they're both kind of uh, looking for family and kind of sad about the fact that they they're uh, they're the only ones that are left, right? So I think in that way the black and white also complements that kind of storytelling as well. And I think the as far as like the atmosphere goes, I'm pretty sure like um, there's a lot of still shots that like would have a good frame of like a decent background of like and it wouldn't really move, but it would just allow the characters to come in and out, which I actually kind of liked. It's not a technique you see too often in films, but I think it worked for this one because I think the movie didn't have that too much dialogue and it moved kind of slow at times. So I think in a way like those stills kind of combined well with the way the story was told. And then I guess I would go for sound and music, but I don't think there was any film score in this movie at all. I could be wrong. Maybe I have to rewatch it. But I think the next thing I want to try to talk about is just the emotional response because I think the characters were really good actors. I think it was really surprising to see the aunt cry into Ida's arms. I think it was midway through the film, and Ida's really kind of looks almost like stone cold throughout the film. But I mean, there's moments where she smiles, but overall, you kind of get the feeling that she's a very serious character. And then I like their relationship as well because it's like, you know, one is almost, uh, you know, mourning the loss of the family and wondering what mysteries happened to him, and a bit angry as well. And then the other one's just kind of trying to explore it. Um, so it's almost like those two characters can their dynamic is something that has a lot of risk because of the nature of what they both know about the family. One doesn't know too much, and one knows a lot more. And then as we go throughout the film, we see that when they do find out what happens, there is a emotional response to it, and it's not a very easy one for them to absorb. So. Um, I think for me on a personal level, I don't think it resonated too much with me. Um, I mean, of course, I've never been in a situation like that, so I mean, I don't know how I would react. But I think it was very believable. I'm not sure if it's based on a true story or not, but I could definitely see that being the case, especially for the time period. I think it'd be great to learn more about the family because I mean, throughout the film, we didn't see or even hear too much about like what their roles were, what they actually did. We just heard names and accusations of who did what, and then when we find out, we kind of just skip to Ida's evolution of a character. So I wish there was more of that, but I mean, I wouldn't say there was too many emotional um, responses from me. I mean, the plot twist of uh, the dying father's son being the one who killed him was pretty interesting. But again, I wanted to see that explained more in depth, so I can't speak too much on that. But overall, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not something that I expected to watch as the fifth film, but I mean, I think overall, like there's techniques that I learned from it that I could definitely take into using if I could you know learn and try to put those into my own films if I wanted to write a film that was more about some sort of family depressing mystery. You know what I mean? So I think it was okay. I think it was okay. I'm not sure if I think I need to probably rewatch it to fully grasp what was going on. I think there's definitely some details that could be missed if you're not fully paying attention. But I think that's pretty much it for me. So thanks for listening. See you soon. Bye bye.